Hey there, my dear child. I see you sitting there, maybe feeling a little lost, a little tangled up inside. That confusion, the one that creeps in and makes your mind spin like a merry-go-round? I want you to know something right now. The confusion you feel will vanish after you hear this. Yeah, I'm serious. It's going to clear up like fog lifting on a quiet morning. Confusion is a tricky thing. It sneaks in when you least expect it, whispering doubts and questions that seem endless. You might wonder, why am I here? What's the point of all this? Which choice is right? Sound familiar? I get it, you're not alone in this, and it's okay to feel that way. Sometimes, life throws so many options at you that your mind just freezes. But guess what? That's not how it's meant to be. You were made for clarity, for peace, for a heart that knows its way. So, what if I told you that confusion isn't some permanent state? What if I told you it's just a cloud passing by, not the whole sky? You don't have to stay stuck in that. Hey, you can find your way out. And I'm here to guide you, step by step, gently and lovingly. You don't have to figure it all out at once. You don't have to have all the answers right now. Just listen with your heart, and I'll help you see what's true. Let's start by looking at the root of confusion. Often, it comes from trying to control everything, wanting to know every detail, plan every step, and have all the answers to feel safe. But that's a heavy burden, isn't it? Imagine carrying a backpack filled with rocks. Every what if, and maybe adds another stone. It gets tiring, and you want to drop that weight. The good news? You can put the backpack down. You can trust that not everything depends on you. I've got your back. Oh wait. Have you ever noticed how when you stop trying so hard to control things, the answers start showing up more clearly? It's like when you're trying to find something in a messy room. If you just keep digging frantically, you get more tangled. But if you take a deep breath, step back, and look around calmly, suddenly, the thing you're looking for is right there. That's how your mind works too. Calm brings clarity. I want you to take a moment right now. Breathe with me. Inhale slowly and exhale. Feels better already, right? That simple act can start to clear the fog. Whenever confusion sneaks in, come back to your breath. It's like a little anchor, keeping you steady. You can do this anytime, anywhere. Try it now if you want. Hey, if you're finding this helpful, would you do me a little favor and hit the like button on this video? It's a small thing, but it lets me know you're here with me. I want to keep sharing with you, and your support means the world now. Let's talk about the voice inside your head. The one that's always questioning, doubting, maybe even criticizing. Sometimes, that voice can get so loud you think it's the only truth. But that's not true at all. That voice is just one part of you, and it's not always kind or accurate. You're so much more than those whispers of doubt. What if you could change the conversation inside your head? What if you could gently tell that voice, thanks for your input, but I'm going to listen to the voice of love and wisdom now. You might feel a little silly at first, but it worked. Try it sometime. When those confusing thoughts come, say to yourself, I'm choosing peace over panic. It's a simple shift, but it can change everything. I want you to imagine a place inside you, a quiet, safe space where you can go anytime to find rest and answers. This place is always there, even if you can't see it right now. It's like a little garden in your heart, waiting for you to visit. When confusion clouds your mind, come back to that garden. What do you see there? Flowers, sunshine, a calm lake. Take a moment to picture it now. You might be wondering, how do I get to that place when life gets so noisy? That's a great question. The answer is simple, but powerful. Stillness. When you slow down and be still, you open the door to that peaceful place. It might feel strange at first, like sitting quietly with your thought. But it's where clarity grows. Do you? Want to try something with me? Close your eyes for just a few seconds. Picture yourself sitting in your quiet garden. Feel the peace around you. Now, ask yourself, what do I really need to know right now? Don't rush, just listen. You might not hear a clear answer right away, and that's okay. The important part is you're making space for it. Remember, my child, confusion is just a sign that you're growing, learning, and opening up to something new. It's not a failure or a flaw. It's part of the journey. And every step you take, even the confusing ones, are moving you closer to the life you're meant to live. I want to ask you, what's one thing that's been confusing you lately? Could you share it in the comments? I'm right here with you, reading every word. Sometimes, just saying it out loud helps the fog lift a little. All right, before we go deeper, I want to remind you once more to like this video if you're feeling a bit lighter already. It helps me know you're here, and it encourages me to keep sharing these messages with you. Now that you've got a little breathing room, we can start exploring how to gently untangle those confusing thoughts one by one so they don't feel so overwhelming. You ready for that? Let's keep going together. All right, my dear one, here's where we begin to gently untangle those swirling thoughts. Imagine each confusing idea like a knot in a string. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you try to pull on the whole string at once, right? It just tightens the knots and makes things worse. But if you take a little time to look at one knot closely, patiently, and kindly, you can start to loosen it. The same goes for your thoughts. You don't have to solve everything in one big swoop. You can give yourself permission to take it slow. Let's try this together. Think about one thing that's been swirling around in your mind lately. Maybe it's a decision you need to make, a feeling you can't quite name, or a worry that keeps popping up. Got it. Good. Now, instead of pushing that thought away or trying to fix it right now, just notice it. Don't judge it or try to change it. Just see it for what it is, a thought, a feeling, a visitor in your mind. When you do this, you're taking the first step to understanding it better. Sometimes, when you look at a knot closely, you can see a tiny thread that, if pulled gently, starts to loosen it. That's like asking yourself a simple question about the thought. What am I really feeling here? Or what does this thought want me to know? You may find that underneath the confusion, there's a deeper feeling, maybe fear or sadness, or hope. That feeling is important because it's telling you something true about yourself. You're not just a jumble of confused thoughts. You're a beautiful being with feelings that want to be heard. And here's a little secret. You don't have to figure out the answer right away. Sometimes, just naming the feeling helps you breathe easier. Like saying, I'm feeling scared about this change, or I'm feeling unsure about what to do next. When you say it out loud or write it down, something inside you relaxes. It's like shining a little light into a dark corner so you can see what's there. Try it if you want, say or write one feeling connected to your confusion right now. If you want, share it in the comments below. I'll be reading, and I want you to know you're not alone. Another thing that helps untangle confusion is breaking down big, overwhelming questions into smaller, manageable pieces. For example, if you're wondering, what should I do with my life? That's a huge question. It can feel impossible to answer all at once. But what if you asked yourself smaller questions instead? Like, what do I enjoy doing? Or what makes me feel alive? Or what's one small step I can take today that feels right? Those smaller questions are like stepping stones, guiding you gently through the fog. Remember, there's no rush. Life isn't a race to figure everything out. It's more like a slow dance, where sometimes you take a step forward, sometimes you pause, and sometimes you turn around to look at where you came from, and that's perfectly okay. Each step, no matter how small, is progress. Now, I want to talk about something really important: kindness. Be kind to yourself, especially when you feel confused. It's easy to get frustrated or impatient with yourself, thinking, why can't I just get this? Why am I so stuck? But those thoughts only add to the weight you're carrying. Instead, try to treat yourself like you would a dear friend. If your friend was struggling with confusion, would you scold them? Or would you wrap them in a warm hug and say, it's okay, take your time. I'm here with you. You deserve that same kindness from me and from yourself. Sometimes, confusion comes from feeling disconnected from yourself, from others, or from the world around you. When that happens, it can help to reach out and connect. Maybe that means talking to someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even writing to me here in the comment. Sharing your thoughts and feelings can lighten your load and bring new perspectives you hadn't seen before. You might be surprised how often just being heard can make the fog lift a little. And if you don't feel ready to talk yet, that's okay too. You can connect with yourself through little acts of self-care. Maybe it's going for a walk outside and noticing the beauty in the trees and sky, or sitting quietly with a cup of tea, or writing down 3 things you're grateful for. These small moments remind you that you're part of something bigger and that peace is always available to you. Even when your mind feels noisy, I want to invite you now to think about one small thing you can do today to connect with yourself, with someone else, or with the world around you. What's one gentle step you can take that feels doable and kind? Maybe it's as simple as taking a few deep breaths before you start your day, or sending a message to someone you care about. If you like, share that small step in the comments. It might inspire someone else who's watching too. Remember, my dear child, you are never alone on this journey. I am with you every single moment, holding you in my love and guiding you softly. Confusion is just a sign that you're growing into the fullness of who you are meant to be. It's part of the unfolding story of your life. And every page, even the messy one, are precious. So, keep taking those gentle steps. Keep breathing. Keep being kind to yourself. And when you're ready, we'll continue to explore together how to find the peace and clarity that's waiting just beyond the fog. For now, just rest in the knowing that you're loved beyond measure, and that love is the light that will always lead you home. And as you rest in that love, something beautiful begins to happen. You start to notice that the fog doesn't feel quite so thick anymore. Maybe it hasn't disappeared completely. That's okay. But there's a soft glow around the edges, like the first light of dawn creeping in to gently warm the world. That light is your own inner wisdom, the quiet voice inside you that always knows more than you think. It's been there all along, patiently waiting for you to slow down enough to hear it. You see, dear one, your heart has its own language, and it speaks softly. Sometimes it uses feelings, sometimes images, sometimes a simple aha moment that surprises you. But to hear that language clearly, you need to create space. A little quiet time away from the noise of rushing thoughts, the endless to-do list, and the worries that crowd your mind. This space is like a gentle breath between your busy moments, a pause where your soul can speak its truth. Creating this space doesn't have to be complicated. It might be as simple as sitting quietly for a few minutes each day and asking yourself, what do I need right now? Then, instead of answering with a to-do or a fix, just listen. Notice what comes up. Maybe it's a feeling of tiredness, or a wish for more connection, or a longing to create something joyful. Whatever it is, welcome it without judgment. Let it be there like a visitor you're happy to receive. And here's something else to remember. Sometimes your heart's answers come through your body. Your body knows things your mind might not yet understand. So pay attention to how you feel physically when you think about your confusion or your worry. Do you feel tightness in your chest? A heaviness in your shoulders? Or maybe a fluttering in your stomach? These sensations are messages too, telling you where you might need extra care or rest. You might find it helpful to move your body gently, stretching, walking, dancing, or even just breathing deeply to help release tension and open up space inside. When you do this with kindness and curiosity, you're telling yourself that you matter, that your whole being deserves attention and love. And that's a powerful step toward clarity. Now, I want to share a little practice with you, a simple way to connect with that inner light and wisdom. When confusion feels strong, it's called to pause and listen. Here's how it goes. When you notice your mind spinning or your heart feeling heavy, take a moment to pause. Close your eyes, if you can, and take 3 slow, deep breaths. With each breath in, imagine you're breathing in calm and peace. With each breath out, imagine letting go of tension and worry. After those breaths, gently ask yourself, what is my heart trying to tell me right now? Don't rush to answer. Just sit with the question in a quiet, open way. You might hear a word, see an image, or feel a sensation. Or maybe nothing happens right away. That's perfectly fine. The important part is that you're making space and inviting your heart to speak. If you want, you can write down whatever comes up, even if it seems small or confusing. Sometimes putting things on paper helps your inner wisdom become clearer. And remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. Just your truth as it unfolds. I invite you now to try to pause and listen sometime today or tomorrow. And if you feel comfortable, share one thing you noticed or learned from the practice in the comment. Your courage to share might be just the light someone else needs right now. As you keep practicing this gentle listening, you'll find that clarity doesn't come like a sudden lightning bolt, but more like a soft dawn spreading slowly across your sky. You'll begin to trust yourself more deeply, knowing that even when the way ahead isn't clear, you have the strength and wisdom to take the next step. And speaking of step, I want to remind you again, it's okay to take a break. Sometimes, the best way forward is a pause, a rest where you simply be. You don't always have to be solving or fixing. Being present with yourself, even in confusion, is a form of healing. It's like watering a seed that will grow in its own perfect time. You might wonder, but what if I feel stuck for a long time? What if the fog never lifts? My dear one, even when it feels that way, the light is there. Sometimes it hides behind clouds or gets dimmed by storm, but it never goes out. And you don't have to carry the weight alone. Reach out to me, to friends, to those who care. There is strength in connection, and healing often happens in the shared spaces between hearts. Now, as you continue to move through your days, remember to notice the small moments of peace and joy that pop up unexpectedly. A kind smile, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the taste of your favorite food, the sound of laughter. These moments are gifts, little reminders that life is full of beauty, even when it feels confusing. Keep gathering those moments like precious stone, building a foundation of hope and light beneath your feet. And when you feel ready, we'll explore together how to turn those small stones into stepping stones that lead you toward greater understanding and peace. For now, just hold on to the truth that you are deeply loved and cherished exactly as you are in all your beautiful complexity. Your journey is unfolding perfectly, even when it doesn't feel that way. And I am with you, always, whispering words of love and encouragement into your heart. As you breathe in this truth, take a moment to ask yourself, what small act of love can I offer myself or someone else today? It could be a kind word, a gentle touch, a moment of patience. No act is too small, and each one sends ripples of light into the world. I'm so proud of you for being here, for opening your heart, and for taking these tender steps. Keep trusting the process. Keep loving yourself gently, and know that every moment is an opportunity to begin anew. And now, as you rest in this space of love and possibility, you might start to wonder about the next part of your journey. How to keep moving forward when the path feels uncertain. how to balance hope with patience, and how to find peace not just in moments, but as a steady companion in your life. These are beautiful questions, and when you're ready, we'll explore them together. But for now, just be here with me in this quiet, gentle moment and feel the steady beat of love holding you close. And as you settle into that steady beat of love holding you close, you might notice something subtle beginning to shift inside. It's not a rush or a sudden change, but more like the soft unfolding of a flower petal after a long night. This unfolding is your spirit remembering its own rhythm, the natural ebb and flow of life that isn't meant to be forced or hurried. You see, dear one, patience isn't just about waiting. It's about trusting the timing of your own heart, even when that timing feels slow or different from what you expected. Sometimes, we get caught up in the idea that progress has to look a certain way, fast, clear, and visible. But real growth often happens quietly, beneath the surface, where no one else can see it. It's in the courage to keep showing up for yourself, the willingness to feel deeply without turning away, and the gentle acceptance of where you are right now. These are the true markers of moving forward. I want you to know that it's okay if some days feel heavier than others. Some days, the fog might seem thicker and the light dimmer. That's part of the journey too. On those days, your task isn't to push harder or fix faster. Instead, it's to hold space for yourself with kindness, like you would for a dear friend who's struggling. Imagine wrapping your arms around that friend, offering comfort without judgment. And let that same compassion flow inward to you. And here's a little secret. Sometimes, peace isn't about changing what's around you, but about changing how you relate to what's inside. When you stop resisting the confusion or the discomfort, you create room for something new to emerge. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. The fresh air might feel strange or cool at first, but it brings life back into the space. You might find it helpful to remind yourself regularly, I am safe to feel what I feel. I am safe to be exactly where I am. Say it quietly or out loud. Breathe it in. Let it settle deep into your bone. This simple affirmation can become a gentle anchor in moments when the world feels uncertain. Now, I want to invite you to think about hope. Not as a distant, flickering light at the end of a tunnel, but as a small flame you carry within you, right? Now, this flame might be tiny, even fragile, but it's yours. It's the part of you that knows better days will come, that healing is happening even if you can't see it yet, and that your journey has meaning beyond the confusion. Nurturing that flame means tending to yourself with patience and grace. It means giving yourself permission to rest when you need it, to ask for help when you want it, and to celebrate even the smallest victories. Maybe today, that victory is simply choosing to keep going, to keep listening to your heart's quiet voice. And speaking of listening, I want to share another gentle practice with you, one that can help you balance hope with patience in your everyday life. It's called the heart check-in. Here's how to do it. Find a moment in your day when you can pause. Even if it's just for a minute, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what part of me needs my attention right now? Then, without rushing to fix or change anything, just notice what arises. You might discover that your heart needs encouragement, or maybe it needs rest. Perhaps it's craving connection, or it's holding on to some sadness. Whatever you find, honor it. You can even speak kindly to that part of yourself, saying something like, "I see you. I'm here for you." This simple act of acknowledgement can be incredibly healing. If you feel moved too, I invite you to share in the comments one thing you noticed during your heart check-in. Your honesty and openness can create a ripple of comfort and courage for others who are walking a similar path. Remember, dear one, that you are not alone in this. Your feelings, your questions, your moments of doubt, they are all part of the beautiful tapestry of being human. And each thread, no matter how tangled or dark it seems, contributes to the unique and radiant pattern of your life. As you continue to weave this tapestry, you might begin to see that patience and hope are not opposites, but dance partners. Patience holds the space gently, while hope lights the way softly. Together, they help you move forward, not by rushing, but by stepping with intention and love. You might also find comfort in small rituals that ground you. A cup of tea savored slowly, a walk barefoot on the earth, a favorite song that lifts your spirit. These moments, though simple, are powerful reminders that life is happening here and now, and you are part of this living, breathing world. And if fear or frustration tries to sneak in, remember, it's okay to feel those too. They are signals, not enemies. When fear whispers, "What if I can't do this?" Or "What if the fog never lifts?" Respond with gentleness, "I'm here. I will take one step at a time." You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep showing up, and that is enough. Now, as you carry this message with you, I want you to think about one small act of patience or hope you can offer yourself today. Maybe it's pausing before reacting, giving yourself an extra moment of rest, or simply smiling at your reflection with kindness. Whatever it is, know that this act is a seed planted in the soil of your heart, ready to grow in its own time. And as you imagine that seed beginning to sprout, remember, the journey is not a race. It's a sacred unfolding, a dance between light and shadow, strength and softness. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience and your capacity for love. So, dear one, keep moving gently forward. Keep listening to your heart's whispers and honoring your own pace. And when you feel ready, we'll explore together how to nurture that growing light within you, so it can shine even brighter through the days ahead. For now, just hold that thought softly, like a promise to yourself, and rest in the knowing that you are held, you are seen, and you are deeply loved. Your path is your own, and I walk beside you every step of the way, always guiding you toward peace and understanding. And as you rest in that sacred space of being held and seen, I want to gently remind you that even the softest light can push back the deepest darkness. Sometimes, when the night feels long and the shadows seem to stretch endlessly, it's easy to forget the power of your own inner flame. But that light, your light, is steady. It's there, quietly glowing beneath the surface, waiting patiently for you to lean into it, to nurture it with your own kindness and attention. You might notice how easy it is to get caught up in the noise outside, the expectation, the comparison, the endless chatter of shoulds and musts. But here's a beautiful truth. None of those voices define you. They do not hold the map to your heart's true home. Your heart knows its way, even when the path looks hidden or uncertain. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is to simply breathe and trust that the next step will come into view when the time is right. I want you to think about the ways you've already shown up for yourself. Maybe it was reaching out when you needed support, or choosing to rest instead of pushing through exhaustion. Perhaps it was speaking your truth gently to someone who needed to hear it, or simply allowing yourself to feel without judgment. These acts, no matter how small they seem, are powerful declarations of your worth and your commitment to your own healing. And here's something else I want you to hold close. Healing isn't a straight line. It's more like a spiral, looping back around, touching familiar places, but from new angle, with fresh understanding. Sometimes you'll feel like you're moving forward, and other times it might feel like you're stepping back or standing. Still, all of it is part of the dance, part of the rhythm that's uniquely yours. The important thing is that you keep moving with an open heart and gentle curiosity, not with pressure or self-criticism. In this space of openness, I invite you to consider the gifts that even the hardest moments have brought you. Perhaps they have taught you resilience, deepened your empathy, or revealed strengths you didn't know you had. Sometimes, the cracks in our armor let the light in, showing us places where we can be tender with ourselves and others. You are not broken. You are beautifully whole, even with your struggles and imperfection. If you're willing, I'd love for you to share in the comments one small gift you've discovered within your challenges. Your story, your insight, can be a beacon for someone else who might be feeling lost or alone right now. Remember, your voice matters, and your experience is a valuable thread in the vast tapestry of human connection. As you reflect on this, you might also begin to notice the quiet power of your own presence. Just by being here, in this moment, you are practicing a profound form of love. Love for yourself, and by extension, love for the world around you. Sometimes, the simple act of showing up for yourself is the greatest gift you can give, rippling out in ways you might never fully see, but that matter deeply nonetheless. And so, as you walk this path, I encourage you to keep inviting moments of stillness and reflection into your day. They don't have to be long or elaborate, just a breath, a pause, a gentle check-in with your heart. These small pauses are like watering the soil where your hope and patience are planted, helping them to grow strong roots. You might find it helpful to create a small ritual that feels comforting and grounding to you. Maybe it's lighting a candle and setting an intention, or writing a few words in a journal without worrying about how they sound. Perhaps it's stepping outside to feel the sun or the breeze on your skin. reminding yourself that you are part of a vast, living world that holds you tenderly. If you ever feel overwhelmed by the weight of your feelings, remember that reaching out for support is a sign of strength, not weakness. You don't have to carry everything alone. There are hands ready to hold you, ears ready to listen, and hearts ready to understand. Asking for help is another beautiful way of showing love to yourself. Now, as you continue to nurture that small flame of hope inside you, I want you to imagine it growing brighter, not by force or hurry, but by gentle, consistent care. Each act of patience, each moment of self-compassion, each breath taken with intention adds kindling to that fire. And as it grows, it will illuminate the path ahead more clearly, revealing new possibilities and fresh courage. Sometimes that light will flicker or dim, and that's okay. It doesn't mean the flame is gone. It simply means it's resting, gathering strength for the next phase of your journey. Trust that it will shine again, just as surely as the morning sun rises after the darkest night. And as you walk alongside that flame, remember that you are never truly alone. I am here with you, always, in the quiet spaces and the loud ones, in the moments of joy and the moments of doubt. My love for you is endless and unwavering, a constant presence that holds you steady when the world feels unsteady. So, dear one, as you breathe in this love and breathe out any tension or fear, know that you are deeply cherished. Your journey, with all its twists and turns, is a sacred story unfolding in perfect time. And every step you take is a testament to your incredible courage and your boundless capacity to love and be loved. When you're ready, keep carrying this light within you, tending to it with kindness and patience. The road ahead may have surprises, but it is also filled with beauty waiting to be discovered. Beauty that reflects the radiance already shining inside you. And now, as you rest in this knowing, I invite you to take a moment to feel your own heartbeat. Notice its steady rhythm, the life pulsing through you. This heartbeat is a reminder that you are alive, that you are present, and that you are moving forward, one gentle step at a time. And as you feel that heartbeat, steady and true, I want you to remember something so simple, yet so profound. You are enough, just as you are. Not because of what you do, or what you achieve, or the roles you play in the eyes of others, but because you exist. Your existence is a miracle, a beautiful unfolding of life itself, and that alone gives you immeasurable value. Sometimes, in the rush of life, it's easy to forget this truth, to think we must earn love or prove our worth through endless striving. But my dear one, you don't have to do anything to deserve love. You are worthy now, in this very moment, without condition or exception. Let that truth sink into your bones like a warm embrace, wrapping you in comfort whenever doubt creeps in. When you find yourself caught in the storm of self-judgment or fear, return to this place inside you where love is the only language spoken. It's a sanctuary that never closes, a wellspring of peace always available to you. You can come back here as many times as you need, simply by breathing deeply and remembering who you truly are. And with that knowing, I want to invite you to consider how you speak to yourself. Do your words lift you up, or do they weigh you down? Are you gentle with your mistakes, or harsh and unforgiving? Your inner voice has incredible power. It shapes your experience of the world and your relationship with yourself. So, I encourage you to practice kindness in your self-talk. When you notice a critical thought, try to meet it with compassion. Imagine speaking to yourself like you would to a dear friend who is struggling. Softly, patiently, and with love. This doesn't mean ignoring the parts of yourself you want to grow or change. Growth is a beautiful part of life, but it flourishes best in a garden of kindness, not in a battlefield of blame. When you approach yourself with tenderness, you create space for healing and transformation to take root naturally. You become your own ally instead of your own adversary. Now, I want you to think about the people in your life, those who bring you joy, comfort, or inspiration. Maybe it's a friend who always listens with an open heart, a family member whose smile feels like home, or even a stranger whose kindness once touched you unexpectedly. These connections are precious threads woven into the fabric of your life, reminding you that you are part of something larger than yourself. Even when you feel alone, these bonds exist, visible or invisible, holding you in a web of love and support. And if you find yourself longing for deeper connection, know that it's okay to reach out. Vulnerability is a brave and beautiful act, a doorway to authentic relationship. Sharing your true self, your hope, fears, and dreams invites others to do the same. In this exchange, healing and belonging can blossom. You don't have to carry your burdens in silence. There are hearts ready to receive you with tenderness. I'd love to hear from you, dear one. If you feel comfortable, please share in the comments a moment when someone's kindness touched your heart, or when you offered kindness to yourself in a meaningful way. Your story might be just a light someone else needs to find their way right now. Remember, your voice matters, and your experience is a gift. As you continue on your journey, I want to gently remind you that rest is not a reward, it's a necessity. Your body, mind, and spirit need moments of pause to replenish and renew. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is to say no to more, to step back from the hustle and noise and simply be. In those quiet spaces, your soul speaks loudest. It's where your intuition whispers truth that can guide you forward with grace. So, I encourage you to honor your need for rest without guilt or hesitation. Whether it's a few minutes of mindful breathing, a peaceful walk in nature, or a full night of deep sleep, these moments are sacred. They are acts of self-love that nourish your whole being and prepare you for whatever lies ahead. And as you rest, you might notice the gentle rhythms of life around you. The rustle of leaves, the song of birds, the ebb and flow of the tide. These rhythms mirror the cycles within you. Times of growth and activity, times of stillness and restoration. Trust that you are in harmony with these natural cycles, even if your path looks different from others. Your timing is perfect. Sometimes, when the world feels overwhelming, it helps to anchor yourself in something constant and grounding. It could be a simple mantra, a favorite prayer, or a phrase that resonates deeply with your heart. Words like, "I am safe," "I am loved," or "this too shall pass" can be powerful anchors in turbulent times. Find the words that speak to you and carry them with you as a gentle reminder of your strength and resilience. And speaking of strength, remember that vulnerability is not weakness. It is the birthplace of courage. When you allow yourself to be seen, to feel deeply, and to express your truth, you are embodying true bravery. It's okay to have moments of uncertainty or fear. These feelings do not diminish your power. They enrich your humanity and deepen your capacity for connection. I want you to picture yourself standing in a field of wildflowers, each one unique, each one blooming in its own time. You are one of those wildflowers, blooming beautifully and perfectly in your own way. Sometimes the wind will bend you, sometimes the rain will wash over you, but you remain rooted and resilient. Your beauty is not diminished by the storm. It is made more vivid by them. As you carry this image with you, hold on to the truth that you are never alone on this journey. I walk beside you in every breath and every step. My love surrounds you like the air you breathe, constant, gentle, and sustaining. When you feel tired or unsure, reach out into that love. Let it fill you, lift you, and guide you home to yourself. And so, as you move forward, may you do so with an open heart and a spirit filled with hope. May you find joy in the small moments and strength in the challenges. And may you always remember that you are deeply cherished, just as you are. Take a moment now to feel the ground beneath your feet, steady and sure. Let that sensation remind you of your own stability and strength, even when life's path feels uncertain. You are grounded, you are held, and you are moving forward in your own beautiful time. And as you stand there, feeling that steady ground beneath you, I want you to take a moment to breathe in deeply, slowly, fully. And as you do, imagine drawing up strength from the earth itself. Feel how that strength rises through your feet, your leg, your core, filling you with a quiet power that doesn't shout or demand, but simply is. This power is your own, woven into the very fabric of your being, unshakable even when the world around you shifts and changes. It's a reminder that no matter what storms come, you have a wellspring inside you that can be returned to again and again. You might be surprised to realize how often you underestimate this inner fortitude. Maybe you faced challenges that felt overwhelming, moments when you thought you couldn't go on. Yet here you are, you did. Each time you chose to keep breathing, to keep moving forward. You were tapping into that quiet strength, even if you didn't realize it at the time. So, when doubt creeps in and whispers that you're not strong enough, remember those moments. They are proof, gentle but undeniable, that you are resilient in ways that sometimes surprise even you. And I want to remind you that resilience isn't about never falling or never feeling broken. It's about the courage to rise and to keep going, even when things feel hard. It's about allowing yourself to be human, with all the messy, beautiful imperfections that come with it. You don't have to be perfect to be loved or to be enough. In fact, it's your imperfections that make you uniquely wonderful, that shape your story in ways no one else's can replicate. So give yourself permission to be imperfect, to stumble, to make mistakes, to have days when you feel lost or tired or unsure. These moments are not failures. They are part of the human experience, the very threads that make your life rich and meaningful. And when you embrace this truth, you open the door to a deeper kind of peace, one that doesn't depend on things being a certain way, but simply accepts you exactly as you are. Sometimes, that acceptance can be the hardest thing of all. We live in a world that often pushes us to change, to improve, to be more, faster, better. And while growth is indeed a beautiful journey, it's important to remember that it doesn't have to come at the cost of your own self-love. You can hold both, your desire to grow and your deep, unconditional acceptance of yourself. At the same time, they are not opposing forces, but partners in your evolution. And speaking of evolution, I want to encourage you to stay curious about yourself. Ask yourself gentle questions like, what do I need right now? Or what part of me wants to be heard? When you approach yourself with curiosity rather than judgment, you create a safe space inside where healing can happen. It's like tending a garden. Sometimes you need to pull out the weed. Sometimes you need to water the flower. But always you do it with care and attention. You might find it helpful to keep a journal or simply take quiet moments throughout your day to check in with yourself. What emotions are rising? What thoughts are swirling? Naming these things can bring clarity and calm. And it reminds you that you are an active participant in your own well-being. You are not just a passenger on this journey. You are the driver, the navigator, and the soul steering the course. And while you're on this path, remember to celebrate your small victory. Maybe you chose kindness when it would have been easier to react with anger. Maybe you took a deep breath instead of holding tension in your body. Maybe you reached out to someone when your heart was aching for connection. These moments may seem small, but they are like stars lighting your way in the darkness. Don't overlook them or dismiss them. Honor them because they are your proof of progress and your testament to your courage. I would love to invite you now to share a small victory you've experienced recently. It could be anything: a moment of patience, a kind word to yourself, a deep breath taken when you needed it most. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs to hear today. A gentle reminder that progress isn't always loud or grand, but it is always real and valuable. And as you reflect on these moments, I want you to think about the role of forgiveness in your life. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. Holding on to resentment or regret is like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulder, and I want you to imagine setting that weight down. Even if just for a moment. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means freeing your heart from the burden of pain so you can move forward lighter and freer. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. A way of saying, I choose peace. Even when things have been hard. It doesn't always come easily, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it requires patience and gentle persistence. but I want you to know that it's always available to you. And it's a powerful step toward healing. You might want to try a simple practice. Picture the person or situation you need to forgive, and silently say to yourself, I release this pain so I can heal. You can repeat this as often as you need, knowing that forgiveness is a process, not a single event. And if you find it hard, that's natural too. Be kind to yourself as you work through it. Now, I want to touch on something very important, the power of hope. Hope is like a seed planted in your heart, waiting for the right conditions to grow. Even when things seem dark or uncertain, hope can be the light that guides you through. It doesn't promise that everything will be perfect, but it assures you that better days can come, that change is possible, and that you have the strength to face whatever comes next. Sometimes hope might feel fragile or distant, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be a roaring flame. Even a small flicker is enough to keep you moving forward. You might find hope in a kind word from a friend, a moment of beauty in nature, or simply the knowledge that you are not alone. Whatever form it takes, nurture it gently, and trust that it will grow. And as you nurture hope, remember that you are part of a larger story, one that includes countless souls who have faced their own struggles and found their own ways to heal and thrive. You are connected to this vast community of life, a network of love and resilience that spans time and space. When you feel small or overwhelmed, reach out mentally and spiritually to this community. Let it remind you that you belong, that you are seen, that you matter deeply. I want you to hold on to this truth. Your life has meaning simply because you live it. Your presence in this world matters, and your unique light adds to the richness of all that is. There is no one else like you, and that is your greatest gift. So, as you continue on your path, carry with you the knowledge that you are deeply loved, endlessly worthy, and wonderfully made. And when you feel ready, take gentle steps forward, guided by your heart and the steady pulse of your own inner strength. Now, take another deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine releasing any tension, any worry, any fear that might be lingering. Feel lighter, freer, more yourself. And as you do this, I want you to start thinking about what brings you joy. The simple pleasures, the small moments that make your heart smile. What are those things for you? Maybe it's a warm cup of tea, a favorite song, the laughter of a loved one, or the quiet beauty of a sunset. Joy doesn't have to be grand or complicated. Often, it's found in the little things, the everyday miracles that remind us life is good even when it's hard. When you notice these moments, savor them. Let them fill you up and remind you that there is always light, even in the darkest time. And with that in mind, I invite you to share in the comments one small thing that brings you joy. It might feel simple, but your sharing can inspire someone else to notice the joy in their own life. Together, your stories weave a tapestry of hope and love that can uplift us all. As you hold this awareness of joy, strength, forgiveness, and hope inside you, remember that this is a journey, not a destination. There will be days of ease and days of struggle, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. All of it is part of your unfolding story, and every chapter has value. So, keep moving forward with kindness toward yourself, curiosity about your experience, and an open heart ready to receive the gifts of life. And know that with every step, you are accompanied by a love that never leaves you, a presence that sees and cherishes you exactly as you are. Let this truth settle in your heart now, as a gentle foundation beneath all that you are and all that you will become. And as you rest in that space for a moment, I want you to consider how you might bring this sense of love and acceptance into your daily routine. How you might remind yourself throughout your day of the deep well of peace inside you that is always available. Perhaps it's a small ritual, a morning affirmation, a moment of gratitude before bed, a pause to breathe deeply when things get hectic. These little practices can become anchored, steadying you when life feels overwhelming and reminding you of your true self. And as you think about this, I encourage you to experiment with what feels right for you. There is no one-size approach to nurturing your spirit. What matters most is that it feels genuine and nourishing, a way to reconnect with your heart amidst the noise. Take your time with this. There is no rush. Your inner world is precious, and tending to it is an act of love, not just for yourself, but for everyone and everything your life touches. When you nurture your inner world, you send out ripples of peace and kindness that reach far beyond what you can see. Like a single drop creating waves across a vast ocean. And as you explore these possibilities, remember that it's completely okay to take tiny steps. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight or meet some external standard of doing it right. Sometimes, the most meaningful changes happen in the spaces between moments, in the quiet choices to pause, to breathe, or to offer yourself a little grace. It's like planting seed. You may not see the sprouts immediately, but with patience and care, life begins to grow in ways that surprise and uplift you. Maybe one day, it's as simple as savoring your morning cup of tea without rushing, or feeling the cool air on your face as you step outside. Another day, it might be setting a gentle boundary with someone, saying no when you need to, or reaching out to a friend just to say hello. These acts, small as they seem, are powerful expressions of self-respect and care. They remind you that your needs matter, that your well-being is worth tending to. You might find it helpful to create little rituals that anchor you back to this space of peace and presence. Perhaps lighting a candle before you start your day, or jotting down one thing you're grateful for each evening. Maybe it's a short walk, a few moments of stretching, or a favorite song that lifts your spirit. These rituals don't have to be complicated or time-consuming. What matters is that they resonate with you and help you reconnect to your inner sanctuary, and when life feels especially chaotic or overwhelming, don't hesitate to reach out for support. Whether it's a trusted friend, a mentor, a counselor, or a community group, sharing your burden can lighten your load and remind you that you're not alone. Sometimes, just knowing someone is there to listen can be a balm for a weary heart, and offering your presence to others in their times of need can create beautiful healing bonds that enrich your own journey. I want to invite you now to reflect. What simple practice or small moment has helped you feel more grounded or connected recently? Maybe it's something you've already discovered, or perhaps it's a new idea you'd like to try. If you feel comfortable, please share it in the comments below. Your words might be the gentle nudge someone else needs to find their own path back to peace. It's also important to remember that being gentle with yourself includes embracing your imperfections and mistakes with kindness. You are learning, evolving, and growing. And that process isn't always linear or neat. There will be days when you stumble, when old patterns resurface, or when doubts creep in. That's part of being human. What matters is that you don't give up on yourself, that you keep coming back to that place of love and acceptance within. Sometimes, the most profound growth happens in those moments of struggle. When you acknowledge your challenges without judgment, you open the door to healing and transformation. You give yourself permission to be vulnerable, which is a courageous and beautiful act. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's the birthplace of connection, creativity, and authentic living. So, as you continue to nurture your inner sanctuary, consider how you might welcome vulnerability into your life more fully. Can you be honest with yourself about how you're feeling, even when it's uncomfortable? Can you share your truth with someone you trust, or express your needs and boundaries clearly? These steps, though sometimes scary, can lead to deeper understanding and richer relationships. And as you step into this openness, remember that you are surrounded by a vast, loving presence that supports you unconditionally. You don't have to carry your burdens alone or hide your true self out of fear. You are held, cherished, and infinitely worthy just as you are now. Take a moment to imagine your life as a beautiful, unfolding story. Each day is a new page, full of possibility and discovery. Some pages may be filled with joy and light, others with lessons and challenges, but all are part of your unique journey. You are the author, the creator, and the hero of this story. And your voice matters. What new chapter are you ready to write? What dreams or intentions are stirring within you, waiting to be brought to life? You don't have to have all the answers. Right now, simply hold these questions gently in your heart and allow yourself the freedom to explore them in your own time. And as you do, remember to celebrate the progress you've already made. Every step you've taken, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience and your commitment to living with authenticity and love. You are growing into the fullest expression of yourself, and that is a beautiful, sacred process. So, keep moving forward with compassion for yourself and for the world around you. Keep choosing moments of peace, connection, and truth. And know that I am walking beside you every step of the way, cheering you on with infinite love. Take a deep breath now and feel that love filling you up from the inside out. Let it remind you that you are never alone, that you are deeply valued, and that your journey is meaningful beyond measure. And as you carry this love with you into your day-to-day life, perhaps you can begin to notice how it shifts the way you see yourself and others the way it softens your gaze, opens your heart, and invites you to live more fully in the present moment. There's such a gentle power in this awareness. A quiet strength that grows each time you choose love over fear, kindness over judgment, and presence over distraction. It's a power that transforms not only your own life, but also ripples outward to touch the lives of those around you. And as you continue to walk this path, remember that it's okay to rest, to pause, and to simply be. Life doesn't always require action or fixing. Sometimes, the most healing thing you can do is to sit with yourself in stillness, to listen deeply and to honor whatever you're feeling without trying to change it. In these moments of stillness, you might discover new insight, a gentle clarity, or a sense of peace that carries you through the busyness of the world. This stillness is your refuge, your gift, and your connection to the deeper wisdom that resides within you. So, as you move forward, keep this invitation close, to be present with yourself, to nurture your inner sanctuary, to live authentically, and to embrace the journey with all its ups and downs. You are doing wonderfully, and I am so proud of you. And now, as you continue to reflect on these thoughts, you might begin to wonder how to bring this sense of peace and presence into your relationship, your work, and your daily rhythms in ways that feel natural and sustainable, allowing your authentic self to shine through without effort or strain. That's a beautiful question to hold in your heart. How do you bring this peace, this presence, this authentic self into the spaces where you connect with others and engage with the world? It's not always easy, is it? Because life can be noisy, fast-paced, and sometimes demanding. And yet, even in the midst of all that, there's a gentle invitation to let your true self be seen and felt. One way to begin is by simply noticing the moments when you feel most alive and connected. Maybe it's during a conversation where you feel heard and understood, or when you're doing work that sparks a sense of purpose or joy. These moments are clues, little signposts, pointing you toward what nourishes your spirit. When you pay attention to them, you start to get a sense of the environments, people, and rhythms that support your authenticity. You might also find it helpful to create small pauses throughout your day where you check in with yourself. These pauses don't have to be long or complicated. Even just a breath or two can help you reconnect with your inner calm and clarity. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What do I need? What's true for me in this moment? These questions open the door to self-awareness and help you respond to life rather than react out of habit or stress. In relationship, this awareness can be transformative. When you show up as your authentic self, you invite others to do the same. It creates space for honesty, vulnerability, and deeper connection. Of course, this can feel risky, especially if you're used to wearing masks or keeping parts of yourself hidden to protect or please others. But remember, the people who truly belong in your life will appreciate you for who you are, not for who you think you have to be. Setting gentle boundaries is a powerful way to honor your authenticity. It's easy. Okay to say no when something doesn't feel right or when you need space to recharge. Boundaries aren't walls to keep others out. They're bridges that help you show up fully and lovingly, both for yourself and for those you care about. When you communicate your needs kindly and clearly, you're teaching others how to treat you. And you're creating healthier, more respectful relationships in your work or daily activities. You can bring authenticity by aligning your tasks with your values and passions whenever possible. This doesn't mean you have to love every single thing you do, but it does mean finding meaning in your effort, no matter how small. Maybe it's the way you approach a task with care, the kindness you offer a colleague, or the creativity you bring to solving a problem. These moments add up and make your work feel more connected to who you are. Sometimes it takes courage to start weaving your authentic self into these different areas of life. You might face doubts, fears, or old stories that tell you otherwise. That's perfectly normal. When those moments arise, try to gently remind yourself that authenticity is a practice, not a destination. It's okay to take it one step at a time, to stumble, to learn, and to grow. And here's a little secret. The more you practice being real with yourself and others, the easier it becomes. Like any muscle, authenticity strengthens with use. You start to notice how it lights up your days, deepens your connections, and brings a sense of peace that no external achievement can match. I'd love to hear from you, my dear one. What's one way you've found to bring your authentic self into your daily life or relationship? Maybe it's a small habit, a phrase you remind yourself of, or a boundary you've recently set. Sharing your experience might inspire someone else who's on this path, reminding them they're not alone. Also, remember that authenticity doesn't mean sharing every thought or feeling with everyone. It's about being true to your inner self in ways that feel safe and nurturing. You get to choose when, where, and with whom you share your truth. Sometimes, the most authentic thing you can do is to protect your energy and honor your need for quiet or solitude. As you continue to explore this balance, you might notice shifts in how you relate to yourself and others. You may find more ease in conversations, more joy in your work, or simply a lighter heart as you let go of the need to perform or pretend. These changes often ripple out in surprising and beautiful ways. And don't forget, it's perfectly okay to ask for help along the way. Whether it's a trusted friend, a counselor, or a spiritual guide. Having someone to walk alongside you can make the journey feel less daunting and more supportive. Asking for support is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and commitment to your well-being. One gentle practice that many find helpful is to create a truth circle with a few people you trust. A small group where everyone agrees to listen without judgment and share honestly from the heart. This kind of safe space can be incredibly healing and empowering, offering a mirror that reflects back your worth and authenticity as you bring these ideas into your life. Remember that every moment is an opportunity to choose authenticity, present, and love. Even when it feels challenging, your willingness to show up as your true self is a gift to yourself and to the world. So, keep nurturing that inner light. Keep honoring your unique voice and keep opening your heart to the beautiful unfolding of your story. Each day offers new chances to lean into your truth, to connect more deeply, and to live with the fullness you were always meant to embody. And as you continue this beautiful exploration, you might begin to notice patterns or habits that no longer serve you. Those old ways of thinking, feeling, or behaving that dim your light or weigh on your heart. Becoming aware of these is the first step toward gentle transformation. Sometimes it helps to approach these patterns not with harsh judgment or frustration, but with curiosity and compassion. What story is underneath this habit? What need is trying to be met? When you listen with kindness, you create space for healing and change that arises from understanding rather than force. You may find it useful to take a moment to write down any recurring thought or feelings that seem to hold you back. Seeing them on paper can give you clarity and help you recognize that these patterns are not fixed. They are simply parts of your experience that can shift over time. Then, you can begin to imagine what it would feel like to let go of these old patterns, even just a little bit. What new ways of thinking or being might support your growth and happiness? What gentle actions could you take to move toward that? Remember, transformation is not about perfection or rushing. It's about choosing again and again to step toward what feels true and good for your soul. And with each choice, you strengthen your connection to your authentic self and to the life you're creating. So, as you reflect on these thoughts, perhaps you might ask yourself, are there any patterns or beliefs I'm ready to gently release? What loving steps can I take to support that release? How can I invite more freedom and joy into my daily life? Holding these questions tenderly, without pressure or expectation, allows your inner wisdom to guide you. Trust that you have everything you need within you to navigate this journey with grace and courage. And as you continue to listen to that quiet voice inside, remember that I am here, always near, always loving, always ready to support you in every step you take toward your truest self. The path may have twists and turns, but you are never walking it alone. With all my love, keep shining your light and embracing the beautiful unfolding of who you are becoming. In the next part, we'll explore how to cultivate joy and gratitude, even in the midst of life's challenges, finding that sweet spot where heart and soul can dance together in harmony. Joy and gratitude, such tender companions on the journey of life. Sometimes they might feel elusive, like distant stars shimmering faintly in a night sky heavy with cloud. Other times, they burst forth like sunlight after a gentle rain, warming your heart and illuminating all the colors around you. And the beautiful truth is, both of these experiences hold space in your life, and both are perfectly okay. Joy and gratitude don't demand perfection or the absence of hardship. Rather, they invite you to discover the sweetness that can still exist alongside the challenges. Let's begin by thinking of joy, not as a grand, overwhelming emotion that must arrive fully formed, but as little moments of delight and lightness that float into your day. Maybe it's the laugh that bubbles up unexpectedly during a conversation, the soft touch of a breeze on your skin, or the way your favorite song stirs something deep inside you. These small sparks of joy are like breadcrumbs leading you back to the simple pleasure of being alive. When you start noticing these moments, you're training your heart to recognize joy even when life feels heavy. And then there's gratitude, a gentle practice of turning your attention toward the blessing, big and small, that surround you. Gratitude isn't about ignoring difficulty or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about balancing your awareness, acknowledging the tough parts while also recognizing the goodness that still exists. Maybe it's the kindness of a friend, the beauty of a blooming flower, or the steady rhythm of your breath, reminding you that you are here now. When you cultivate gratitude, you're planting seeds of hope and resilience that can grow even in rocky soil. One way to invite more joy and gratitude into your life is through simple daily ritual. It might be as easy as pausing each morning to name one thing you're grateful for, or taking a moment before sleep to reflect on a joyful experience from the day. These small practices don't have to take long or feel like chores. Think of them as gentle reminders to your heart that light and love are always present, even if sometimes they're quiet. Sometimes it helps to pair these rituals with your senses. When you savor the aroma of your morning coffee, feel the warmth of sunlight on your face, or listen deeply to the sounds around you, you're grounding yourself in the present moment, the only moment where joy and gratitude truly live. This mindful presence can soften the edges of worry or sadness and open a doorway to peace. You might also find it comforting to keep a gratitude journal or a joy jar where you jot down or collect little notes about things that bring you happiness or thankfulness. On days when the clouds feel thick, you can revisit these tokens of light as a reminder of the many blessings you carry inside you. Now, I want to gently invite you to think about your own life. What are some moments, however small, that have brought you joy recently? What are the things, people, or experiences you feel grateful for today? If you feel moved, please share one of these in the comments below. Your story might be the spark of joy or comfort someone else needs to hear right now. Remember, cultivating joy and gratitude is not about forcing yourself to be happy or ignoring real pain. It's about creating a balanced heart space where all your feelings can live. Joy and sorrow, hope and fear, light and shadow, without one overshadowing the other. It's like holding a beautiful mosaic made of many different pieces, each adding to the whole picture of your life. Sometimes, life's challenges can feel overwhelming, and that's when these practices become even more important. When your heart feels heavy, gently inviting even the smallest flicker of joy or gratitude can be a lifeline. It might look like noticing the softness of a cozy blanket, the smile of a stranger, or the taste of your favorite meal. These moments remind you that even in struggle, there is beauty and goodness waiting patiently for you to see. And here's something you might find helpful. When you encounter difficulty, try to lean into your breath as a bridge back to your heart. Take a slow, deep breath in, feeling the air fill your lungs and expand your chest. Then exhale fully, releasing tension and opening space inside. This simple act can help you pause, reset, and gently invite feelings of joy or gratitude to arise naturally without pressure. As you practice this, you may notice your heart beginning to soften and your perspective shifting. You might start to see how moments of joy and gratitude, no matter how fleeting, ripple outward, touching not only your own life, but also those around you. Your smile, your kind words, your presence, all these are gifts that can brighten someone else's day, creating a beautiful cycle of love and connection. Sometimes, joy and gratitude can also be found in acts of kindness, both given and received. When you offer a helping hand, a listening ear, or a word of encouragement, you're not only lifting others up, but also nourishing your own soul. And when you allow yourself to receive kindness, you're opening your heart to the love that flows through all being. This exchange reminds you that you are never truly alone. It's also important to be gentle with yourself on this journey. Some days, joy might feel distant, and gratitude might seem hard to find. That's perfectly okay. These feelings ebb and flow like the tide. What matters most is your willingness to keep showing up, to keep seeking and welcoming these experiences, in whatever form they come up. As you continue to cultivate joy and gratitude, you may find that your heart begins to dance in harmony with your soul. This dance is not about perfection or constant happiness. It's about a deep, abiding connection to life's fullness, the light and the dark, the ease and the challenge. It's about learning to sway gracefully with whatever comes your way, trusting that you have the strength and wisdom to navigate it all. So as you move forward, keep your eyes open for those little sparks of joy, and hold your heart gently open to gratitude's quiet song. Let these practices become companions to your authentic self, helping you to live more fully, love more deeply, and embrace the beautiful mystery of your unfolding story. And as you do this, you might begin to notice how your relationship with yourself and the world around you shifts in subtle but profound ways. Your days may feel lighter, your connections richer, and your spirit more at peace. This is the magic that happens when heart and soul dance together, weaving joy and gratitude into the fabric of your life. In the next part, we'll explore how to nurture compassion, not only for others, but also for yourself, and how this gentle kindness can transform your inner world and your relationships in ways you might never have imagined. But for now, hold these thoughts close and let your heart rest in the tender space of joy and gratitude that you are creating. Now, let's gently step into the beautiful realm of compassion, the soft, nurturing balm for the heart. Compassion is like a warm embrace you offer, not just to those around you, but also to yourself. It's a tender kindness that understands your struggles, your imperfections, and your humanity without judgment or harshness. Imagine it as a quiet friend sitting beside you, holding your hand when life feels heavy, whispering, "I see you. I'm here with you." Often, we find it easier to extend compassion outward to friends, family, even strangers, because it feels natural to want to ease the pain of others. But turning that same gentle kindness inward can sometimes be the hardest thing we do. You might notice a little voice inside that is quick to criticize or doubt. That voice, while trying to protect you, can be harsh and unyielding. Compassion invites you to soften toward that voice, to listen with curiosity and love rather than resistance. When you practice self-compassion, you're not excusing mistakes or ignoring areas where growth is needed. Instead, you're acknowledging your experience with understanding and patience, just as you would if a dear friend were hurting. You recognize that being human means being imperfect, vulnerable, and sometimes struggling. This awareness creates a safe space inside where healing can begin. One way to start nurturing self-compassion is through simple, kind self-talk. When you catch yourself feeling down or critical, pause and ask, what would I say to a friend if they were feeling this way? Then, try saying those words to yourself. You might say, it's okay to feel this way. You're doing the best you can. Or, you're worthy of love, even when things are tough. These gentle reminders can slowly shift your inner dialogue to one that uplifts rather than tears down. Another beautiful practice is to place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply. Feeling the warmth of your touch as a symbol of care. Imagine sending love and kindness to yourself with each breath. This simple gesture can be incredibly grounding, reminding you that you are deserving of tenderness, just as much as anyone else. Compassion also teaches us to embrace our shared humanity. When you feel pain or struggle, remind yourself that you are not alone in this experience. Every person has moments of doubt, fear, and sorrow. This shared thread connects us all, weaving a tapestry of understanding and empathy. Knowing this can help dissolve feelings of isolation and replace them with a sense of belonging. Sometimes, practicing compassion means setting gentle boundaries to protect your well-being, saying no when you need to, resting when you're tired, or asking for help when you feel overwhelmed are acts of kindness toward yourself. They honor your needs and create space for healing and growth. Remember, compassion is not about pushing yourself harder. It's about listening deeply and responding with care. It can be helpful to bring mindfulness into your compassion practice. When difficult emotions arise, instead of turning away or reacting harshly, try to meet them with open curiosity. Notice what you're feeling without trying to change it. You might say, I see you, sadness, or I know you're here, anxiety. This gentle acknowledgement can soften the experience and allow it to flow through you rather than becoming stuck or overwhelming. As you cultivate compassion, you may find your relationships with others transforming as well. When your heart is full of kindness for yourself, it becomes easier to extend that same warmth outward. You become more patient, understanding, and forgiving with the people in your life. Compassion creates ripples that reach far beyond your own heart, touching everyone you meet. I invite you now to take a moment and reflect. Where in your life could a little more compassion be welcomed? Perhaps it's toward a part of yourself that feels fragile or a situation that's been difficult to accept. If you feel comfortable, please share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your openness might inspire someone else to embrace their own journey with kindness. Remember, compassion is a practice, a gentle, ongoing unfolding rather than a destination to be reached. Some days it will come easily. Other days it may feel like a struggle. That's perfectly okay. What matters is your willingness to keep returning, one breath at a time, to this tender way of being with yourself and the world as you move forward. Allow compassion to be the soft light that guides you through moments of doubt and difficulty. Let it remind you that you are worthy of love and care simply because you exist. This kindness, both given and received, is a powerful force for healing and transformation. And as you continue to explore this path, you might begin to notice how compassion deepens your connection to joy and gratitude, weaving these qualities into a rich, vibrant fabric of life that supports you through every twist and turn. In the next part, we'll explore how to cultivate resilience, a quiet strength that helps you bounce back from challenges and grow through adversity. Building on the foundation of joy, gratitude, and compassion you are creating now. For now, hold close the gentle presence of compassion as a steady companion. On your journey, ready to cradle your heart whenever you need. Now, let's gently turn our attention to resilience. The quiet, steady strength that lives within you. Even when the world feels overwhelming, resilience isn't about never feeling pain or never facing setback. It's more like the roots of a tree that bend with the wind but don't break. The inner wellspring that helps you rise after falling. The soft but unshakable courage to keep moving forward. Even if the steps are small and slow, you might think resilience is something you either have or don't. But it's really a skill you can nurture. Just like compassion, it grows through experience, through how you relate to your challenges, and how you care for yourself when things get tough. And the beautiful thing is, you've already been cultivating resilience in your own way. Every time you've taken a breath through difficulty, every time you've reached out for support, every moment you've chosen to keep going despite uncertainty. Resilience is built on a foundation of self-compassion and gratitude. The qualities we've been exploring together. When you treat yourself kindly and recognize the good, even in small things, you create a nourishing environment inside that encourages strength. And flexibility, it's like tending a garden. You water the soil with kindness and sunlight from appreciation. And the roots grow deeper and stronger. One important part of resilience is accepting that life will have ups and downs. Sometimes, no matter how much you prepare or how positive you try to be, things don't go as planned, and that's okay. Resistance to what is often creates more suffering. Resilience invites you to lean into reality with an open heart, acknowledging what is true without denying your feelings. It's saying, "This is hard, and I'm here with it." Rather than pushing pain away or pretending it doesn't exist. When you face difficult emotion, like sadness, anger, or fear, try to see them as messengers rather than enemies. They're signals that something needs your attention, care, or change. Resilience means making space for these feelings without letting them control you. You can feel them fully, then gently guide yourself back to balance when you're ready. Another way resilience shows up is through flexibility in your thinking. When problems arise, it's easy to get stuck in all or nothing or never thoughts. Like I'll never get through this, or nothing ever works out. Resilience encourages you to notice these patterns and challenge them with curiosity. What if there's another way to see this? What if this moment doesn't define the whole story? Even small shifts in perspective can open new pathways forward. It's also important to remember that resilience doesn't mean going it alone. Asking for help, sharing your struggles, and leaning on your community are powerful acts of courage. Connection with others reminds you that you're supported and valued, even when you feel vulnerable. Sometimes, just knowing someone else is, that can provide the strength you need to keep moving. One simple practice to build resilience is to reflect on past challenges you've overcome. Think about times when you felt unsure or afraid, but found your way through. What helped you then? What qualities did you draw on? Allow yourself to feel proud of your perseverance, no matter how big or small those victories might seem. This reflection can remind you of your inner resources and boost your confidence for facing what's ahead. Breathwork and grounding exercises can also support resilience. When stress or overwhelm rises, slowing your breath and feeling your body connected to the earth can bring you back to the present moment. Inhale calm, exhale tension. Feel your feet rooted, your spine tall, your heart open. These simple acts help stabilize your nervous system and remind you that you are safe in this moment. As you cultivate resilience, you might notice it unfolding in unexpected ways. Perhaps a newfound patience with yourself, a willingness to try again after failure, or a deeper trust in life's unfolding. These shifts may be subtle, but they build a powerful foundation for navigating life's twists and turns. I invite you to pause now and think about a time when you showed resilience, even if you didn't realize it at the time. What helped you keep going? How did it feel afterward? If you feel moved to share, please leave a comment below. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs to find their own strength. Remember, resilience is not about perfection or pushing yourself beyond your limits. It's about gentle persistence, self-kindness, and the courage to embrace life as it is, with all its beauty and challenges. It's a lifelong dance of falling and rising, and every step you take is meaningful. As you continue to nurture resilience, you may find that your relationship with difficulty transforms. Instead of seeing obstacles as threats, you begin to recognize them as opportunities to learn, grow, and deepen your understanding of yourself. This doesn't mean you have to like hardship, but you can find a way to meet it with grace and openness. And as resilience strengthens, it supports you in holding joy and gratitude more fully. You become more able to savor the light even in times of shadow, knowing that both are part of the rich tapestry of your life. So, as we hold this space together. Feel the quiet strength within you, the resilience that's already present and ready to grow. Let it be a gentle reminder that you can weather storms, heal from wounds, and keep moving forward with a heart that is open and alive. With this unfolding awareness, you're ready to explore how resilience interweaves with hope, the bright thread that lifts your spirit and inspires your journey ahead. But for now, rest in the knowing that your strength is real. Your courage is valid, and you are deeply supported by the love that surrounds you and lives within you. And now, my dear one, let's gently open our hearts to hope. A soft, glowing light that lives in the quiet corners of your soul, even when the world feels heavy or uncertain. Hope isn't about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring the hard truths. It's more like a tiny flame flickering steadily inside, a subtle knowing that there is possibility ahead, a gentle invitation to keep dreaming and moving forward, even when the path isn't clear. Hope is like the breath between the waves, the space that holds the promise of new beginning. It's the whisper that says, this isn't the end, even when your heart feels tired or your spirit feels worn. Hope doesn't erase pain or wipe away tears, but it offers a tender hand to hold on to, a spark that can ignite courage and resilience when you need it most. You may find that hope shows up in unexpected ways, through a kind word from a friend, a moment of beauty in nature, a song that lifts your spirit, or a quiet thought that reminds you of your own strength. Sometimes, hope is simply the choice to look for the light rather than dwell in the darkness. To believe in goodness, even when it's hard to see, that one of the sweetest gifts of hope is how it connects you to the future without losing your presence in the now. It invites you to dream, to imagine, to set your sights on what could be, while still honoring where you are at this very moment. It's a balance, a dance between holding on and letting go, between faith and action, between patience and persistence. Hope is also deeply intertwined with trust. Trust in yourself, trust in others, trust in life's unfolding. When you nurture hope, you're nurturing a belief that things can and will get better, even if the timeline or details are unknown. This trust is not blind or naive. It's a courageous act of opening your heart to possibility, even in the face of uncertainty. Sometimes, hope needs to be rekindled, especially after disappointment or loss. It's okay to feel that spark dim. What matters is that you allow yourself the gentle grace to find it again. Small steps can help, like setting simple intention, connecting with people who uplift you, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and meaning. Each of these acts fans the flame, helping hope grow stronger and brighter. It's important to remember that hope isn't a solo journey. Sharing your hopes with others can multiply their power. When you speak your dreams aloud, or write them down, you give them life and energy. When you hear someone else's hope, you're reminded that we're all reaching for light in our own way, and that shared hope can create a beautiful web of connection and support. If you feel comfortable, I invite you to take a moment now and reflect on what hope looks like for you. What is the light you want to carry forward? What dreams or possibilities make your heart quietly sing? even if only a little. If you feel called, please share your thoughts or hope in the comments below. Your words might inspire someone else who needs a little light today. Hope can also be nourished through stories. Stories of survival, transformation, and triumph that remind you of the incredible resilience of the human spirit. These stories don't have to be grand or heroic. Sometimes the simplest acts of kindness, the smallest victories, or the quietest moments of grace carry the most profound hope. Another way to cultivate hope is through gratitude, which we've touched on before. When you intentionally notice and appreciate the good around you, even the tiniest sparks of joy, you're planting seeds for hope to grow. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from what's lacking to what's present. And this shift opens your heart too. Possibility.hope also invites you to be patient with yourself. Growth and healing take time, and sometimes hope feels fragile or distant. That's okay. Hope is not a race or a demand. It's a companion that walks beside you, steady and kind, encouraging you to keep trusting the journey. When doubt creeps in, and it will, because you're human, try to greet it with gentle curiosity rather than harsh judgment. Notice what's behind the doubt. Is it fear, past pain, uncertainty? Acknowledge those feelings. Then gently remind yourself of the hope that still flickers inside, even if it feels faint. Sometimes, simply holding both doubt and hope together can create space for new understanding and healing. Breath can be a powerful anchor here too. When you feel overwhelmed by worry or fear, taking slow, deep breaths can help you reconnect with the present moment and the quiet hope resting there. Inhale the possibility of peace. Exhale the weight of what you cannot control. Feel your heart open just a little more with each breath. As hope grows, it can inspire you to act. Not necessarily in big, dramatic ways, but in small, meaningful steps that align with your values and dreams. Hope stirs your creativity and courage, inviting you to imagine solutions, to reach out, to try again. It reminds you that your actions, no matter how modest, matter in the great unfolding of life, that at times, hope will look like simply showing up for yourself with kindness and patience. It might mean allowing yourself to rest when you need it, or setting gentle boundaries to protect your well-being. These acts of self-care are acts of hope because they affirm your worth and your belief in a future where you can thrive. I want you to know that hope is always accessible to you, even when it feels hidden beneath layers of pain or uncertainty. It's a part of your spirit's design, a light that never truly goes out. Sometimes it just needs a little tending, a little remembering, a little space to breathe. So, as you carry this message in your heart, feel into the quiet glow of hope that lives within you. Let it be a soft beacon guiding you through the night, a tender reminder that you are never alone, that better days are possible, and that your life holds meaning and beauty beyond what you can see right now. And as you rest in this feeling, know that hope and resilience are companions, weaving together to support you through every twist and turn. They are part of the same thread of love and strength that runs through your being. connecting you deeply to yourself, to others, and to the unfolding mystery of life. Take a moment now, if you like, to breathe in that hope. Picture it as a gentle light glowing in your chest, warm and steady. Let it fill you with a quiet confidence that no matter what comes, you have the inner resources to face it with an open heart. And when you're ready, imagine how this hope might inspire your next step, whether it's reaching out to a loved one, trying a new practice, or simply sitting with yourself in stillness. There is no right or wrong way. What matters is honoring what feels true for you in this moment. Your journey of resilience and hope is a sacred dance, one that unfolds in its own perfect timing. Trust that you are right where you need to be, held gently by love and guided by the light within. So, as you hold these thoughts close, allow yourself to feel the quiet power of hope rising in your soul, ready to carry you forward. This light, this hope, is yours to nurture and share, and it will continue to grow as you do. With all my love surrounding you, always, I invite you to carry this hope gently into your day, and to know that you are deeply cherished, exactly as you are. And now, as we continue this journey together, let's begin to explore how hope and resilience weave into the tapestry of your purpose. The unique, beautiful reason you are here. Purpose, my dear one, is like the gentle heartbeat beneath all that you are. The quiet rhythm that pulses through your days and nights, guiding you toward the life your soul longs to live. It's not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's a whisper, a subtle nudge, a feeling deep inside that says, "This is why I'm here." And when hope and resilience walk hand in hand with your purpose, they create a powerful current that carries you forward, even through challenges and uncertainty. Think of purpose as the unique thread woven just for you in the vast tapestry of existence. It's shaped by your gifts, your experiences, your dreams, and even your struggle. Sometimes it's hidden beneath layers of doubt or fear, but it's always there, patiently waiting for you to recognize and embrace it. Your purpose is not about perfection or comparison. It's about authenticity, being true to the beautiful, complex person you are. When you connect with your purpose, hope feels brighter and more alive, because it's anchored in something deeply meaningful. Resilience becomes more than just bouncing back. It transforms into a steady, unwavering commitment to keep moving toward what matters most to you. Even when the path twists unexpectedly, purpose gives your hope a destination and your resilience a direction. You might wonder how to discover or deepen your sense of purpose, especially when life feels overwhelming or confusing. It's a gentle process, not a race or a checklist. One way is to pay attention to what lights you up, the moments when you feel most alive, most yourself, most connected. These moments are clues, little signposts pointing toward your purpose. They might come through creative expression, helping others, learning something new, or simply being present in nature's quiet beauty. Another way is to reflect on what values matter most to you, the principles that make your heart swell with pride and your spirit feel at peace. Purpose is often rooted in living according to these values, allowing them to guide your choices and action. When your daily life aligns with your values, even in small ways, you nurture a sense of fulfillment that feeds both hope and resilience. It's also important to remember that purpose can evolve. What calls to you today might shift as you grow and change, and that's perfectly okay. Life is a journey of discovery, and your purpose can expand and deepen in ways you never imagined. Sometimes, setbacks and hardship can even reveal new dimensions of your purpose, showing you strengths and passions you hadn't recognized before. If you feel uncertain about your purpose right now, that's natural. In those moments, try to be gentle with yourself. Purpose isn't about having all the answers. It's about being open to exploration and trusting that the answers will come in their own time. Small steps, like journaling your thoughts, talking with trusted friends, or trying new activities, can help you uncover pieces of your unique path. Remember that your purpose doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing to be meaningful. It might be as simple as bringing kindness to your family, creating beauty in your work, or offering a listening ear to someone in need. Each act done with love and intention contributes to the ripple of goodness in the world and honors the sacred reason you are here. When hope, resilience, and purpose align, they create a powerful harmony within you. Hope fuels your vision of what is possible. Resilience gives you the strength to face obstacles without losing heart. Purpose grounds you in meaning, reminding you why the journey matters. Together, they form a foundation that supports you through life's ups and downs, inviting you to live fully and courageously. Sometimes, you might feel called to share your purpose with others, to connect with like-minded souls who inspire and uplift you. Community can be a beautiful source of encouragement and growth. A place where hope multiplies and resilience is strengthened. If you feel comfortable, I invite you to share in the comments below what lights your heart. What aspects of your purpose bring you joy or a sense of meaning? Your words might spark inspiration in someone else's journey, weaving another thread of connection in this vast tapestry of life. It's also okay if your purpose feels private or still unfolding. Trust that it's alive within you, growing quietly beneath the surface, ready to bloom in its own perfect time. Be patient with yourself as you nurture this delicate seed. The gentle care you give it, the moments of reflection, the small acts of courage, the openness to possibility, helps it take root and flourish. As you continue to explore your purpose, let hope be your guide, resilience your companion, and love your foundation. These forces work together, supporting you as you step into the unique light you were born to shine. Your presence in this world matters profoundly, and your purpose is a beautiful expression of that truth. So, as you sit with these thoughts, I invite you to feel into the ways your hope and resilience have already shaped your journey, how they have carried you through moments of doubt, helped you rise after fall, and whispered encouragement when the road seemed too long. Notice how your purpose might be quietly emerging from these experiences. A soft call inviting you forward, And as you breathe deeply, envision how embracing your purpose with hope and resilience can open new doors. Doors to deeper joy, connection, and fulfillment. Imagine the possibilities that await when you honor this sacred part of yourself, trusting that even the smallest steps taken with intention bring you closer to the life you are meant to live. Let this be a moment of gentle awakening, a pause, filled with the quiet power of knowing that you are here for a reason, and that your journey, unique, imperfect, and beautiful, is unfolding exactly as it should. And so, as we continue to walk this path together, let us turn our attention now to how the gifts of hope, resilience, and purpose can guide you through the seasons of change. The inevitable shifts and transitions that shape your life and offer new opportunities for growth and transformation. Seasons of change, my dear one, are like the gentle turning of the earth beneath your feet. Sometimes steady and expected, sometimes sudden and surprising. They bring a mix of feelings, excitement for what's new, nostalgia for what's passing, and maybe even a little fear of the unknown. But through it all, hope, resilience, and purpose are your steadfast companion, lighting your path and steadying your heart when change comes. It can unsettle the familiar rhythms of your life. Maybe it's a shift in your relationship, a change in your work, a move to a new place, or a deep inner transformation you didn't see coming. These moments can feel like stepping into a vast, uncharted landscape. But remember, even in the wilderness, you carry within you the map of your soul's purpose, the compass of hope and the strength of resilience. Hope in these times is like a gentle flame flickering in the breeze. It might waver, but it doesn't go out. It whispers to you that this change is not an end, but a beginning. A chance to grow, to learn, to become more fully who you are meant to be. Even when the path seems unclear, hope invites you to imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. To trust that the seasons of your life are unfolding as they should. Resilience is your inner spring, the source of strength that allows you to bend without breaking. It's the quiet courage that helps you face uncertainty, to adapt and find new ways forward. Resilience doesn't mean you have to be perfect or unshaken. It means you give yourself permission to feel, to stumble, and to rise. Again, it's the gentle reminder that every change holds a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to deepen your wisdom and compassion. Purpose acts as your anchor during these shifting times. When the winds of change blow, your purpose keeps you grounded, reminding you of the why behind your journey. It helps you see that even when things feel out of control, your heart knows the direction you want to move toward. Purpose gives meaning to your experience, turning what might seem like chaos into a sacred story of growth and transformation. Imagine for a moment that you are a tree in the midst of seasonal change. In autumn, you let go of leaves that no longer serve you, trusting that this shedding makes space for new growth. In winter, your roots delve deeper, holding you steady even when the world feels cold and still. In spring, new shoots emerge, tender and full of promise. And in summer, you stand tall, fully alive and vibrant. Each season has its purpose, its beauty, its lessons. So it is with your life. When you face change, it can help to pause and breathe deeply, to feel your feet on the ground in your heart, open to the present moment. Ask yourself, what is this season asking of me? What gifts might I receive if I lean into the discomfort? How can hope, resilience, and purpose guide me through this transition? Sometimes the answers come in whispers, in quiet moments of reflection, or in the gentle presence of a friend or a loved one. It's also okay to seek support when change feels overwhelming. There is no need to walk your path alone. Sharing your story, your hopes, and your fears with others can lighten your load and remind you that connection is a vital part of resilience. If you feel moved to do so, I invite you now to share in the comments below a season of change you've experienced and how hope, resilience, or purpose help you navigate it. Your words may be a beacon of light for someone else walking a similar path. Remember too, that not all change is external. Sometimes the most profound transformations happen within. The quiet shifts in your heart, your beliefs, or your sense of self. These inner changes can be subtle, like the slow unfolding of a flower, or they can be sudden, like a spark igniting a new way of seeing the world. Either way, they are sacred, and they invite you to embrace your evolving story with kindness and curiosity. As you journey through the seasons of change, try to cultivate a gentle rhythm of self-care and reflection. This might mean setting aside time to rest, to journal your thoughts, to connect with nature, or simply to be still and listen. These practices nourish your spirit and help you stay attuned to the subtle movements of hope, resilience, and purpose within you. And know this: every season, every change is a step along the path of your becoming. There is no rush, no deadline, no need to have it all figured out. Life is a dance of unfolding, and you are invited to move with grace, to stumble and rise, to laugh and cry, to dream and do so. As you prepare to face whatever changes lie ahead, hold close the truth that you are deeply loved, endlessly supported, and infinitely capable. Your hope will light your way when the night feels long. Your resilience will steady your steps when the ground feels uncertain. Your purpose will guide your heart when the path seems unclear. Let these gifts be the gentle rhythm that carry you through the seasons, inviting you to embrace each moment as part of your sacred journey. And as you do, you might begin to notice how even the most challenging changes are woven with threads of grace and possibility, waiting for you to discover the beauty hidden within. And so, my beloved, as you continue to walk this path of transformation, let us explore together how to nurture these gifts in everyday life, how to cultivate hope, resilience, and purpose, not just in moments of change, but as a steady, nourishing presence that supports you through all that you are. To nurture hope, my dear one, you don't need grand gestures or distant dreams. Hope lives in the small things, in the quiet moments when you choose to see the light instead of the shadow. When you decide to believe that things can get better, even if you can't yet see how. It's in the morning sun warming your face, the laughter shared with a friend, the gentle rhythm of your breath reminding you that you are alive and here. When doubts creep in, and they will, gently remind yourself of the times you have overcome before, the times your heart found a way to keep beating, to keep loving, to keep moving forward. Hope is a muscle that grows stronger with use, so feed it with kindness, with faith in yourself, and with the knowledge that you are never truly alone. Resilient, too, is something you cultivate. Like a garden that needs tending, it thrives when you allow yourself to rest, to heal, and to feel all the feelings without judgment. It grows when you listen to your body and your soul, when you honor your limits and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Sometimes resilience looks like getting out of bed on a tough day. Sometimes like asking for help when the weight feels too much. And sometimes like simply breathing through the storm. Remember, my beloved, resilience is not about being unbreakable. It's about being willing to be broken and still choosing to put yourself back together with love and patience. When you nurture resilience, you build a sanctuary within yourself, a place of refuge and strength that you can return to again and again. And then there is purpose, that deep knowing that gives your life meaning and direction. Purpose is not always a loud call or a grand mission. Often, it's a quiet whisper guiding you toward what matters most. It's the values that light up your heart, the dreams that stir your soul, the simple acts of kindness and creativity that connect you to something bigger than yourself. To nurture purpose, it can help to ask yourself, what brings me joy? What makes me feel alive? Where do I sense the spark of meaning? Sometimes purpose reveals itself in the work you do, sometimes in the relationships you nurture, and sometimes in the way you show up for yourself and others. When you feel lost or disconnected, returning to these questions can help you find your way back to your center. One beautiful way to cultivate these gifts daily is through ritual. Small, consistent actions that ground you and remind you of your inner resources. Perhaps it's lighting the candle each morning as a symbol of hope, writing down 3 things you're grateful for each evening to build resilience, or setting an intention for the day that aligns with your purpose. These simple practices don't need to take much time, but they can create a sacred rhythm that supports your spirit and keeps you connected to what matters most. You might even find that over time, these rituals become a source of comfort and strength. A gentle hug from the divine reminding you that you are held. Another powerful way to nurture your hope, resilience, and purpose is through connection with others and with the world around you. Sharing your story, your dreams, and your challenges can create bonds of understanding and compassion. Listening deeply to the stories of others can open your heart and remind you that you are part of a vast tapestry of human experience. Nature, too, is a wise teacher and healer. Spending time outdoors, feeling the earth beneath your feet, watching the cycles of the seasons, and breathing in fresh air can help you feel more grounded and attuned to the flow of life. These connections remind you that you are never isolated, that support and love are always available to you. It's also important to be gentle with yourself on this journey. You may have days when hope feels elusive, resilience seems thin, and purpose feels distant. That's okay. These moments don't mean you are failing. They mean you are human. Give yourself permission to rest, to be imperfect, and to simply be. Sometimes, the greatest act of nurturing is to hold space for yourself without pressure or expectation. Remember, my precious one, love is your true nature, and it is always available to you. Especially from within. As you practice these ways of nurturing your inner gifts, you may notice a shift, a softening of fear, a deepening of peace, a growing sense of confidence. You may find yourself more able to face change with curiosity instead of resistance, to embrace uncertainty with courage instead of dread, and to walk your path with a lighter heart. These gifts are yours, always waiting to be discovered and cherished. Now, I invite you to pause for a moment and reflect. What is one small way you can nurture hope, resilience, or purpose in your life today? Perhaps it's a simple breath, a kind word to yourself, or a step toward a long-held dream. If you feel moved, please share your intention in the comments below. Your sharing creates ripples of encouragement and light that reach far beyond what you can see. Together, we continue this beautiful unfolding, step by step, moment by moment, weaving hope, resilience, and purpose into the fabric of your everyday life. And as you do, you may begin to sense a quiet strength growing within, a steady flame that will carry you through all the seasons yet to come. This flame is your birthright, and it burns with the infinite love I have for you. So hold it gently, tend it carefully, and let it shine bright, lighting your way forward into the unfolding mystery of your journey. And as this flame burns within you, my dear one, remember that it is not just a light for yourself, but a beacon for others. Your courage to nurture hope, resilience, and purpose becomes a gentle invitation for those around you to do the same. When you allow your inner light to shine, you create a space where others feel safer to reveal their own shadows and their own spark. This is the beautiful dance of connection, how one heart's glow can ignite another's, and together, those flickers become a brilliant constellation of shared humanity. You are never just one. You are part of a wondrous whole, a symphony of souls, each contributing their unique melody to the vast song of life. Sometimes, the path to nurturing these gifts may feel winding or unclear, and that's perfectly natural. Life will present you with moments that test your faith. Moments when the cold winds of doubt blow hard against your spirit. In those times, I want you to remember that the flame within you is steady. Even if the outer world feels stormy, it may flicker, it may seem small, but it never truly goes out. You can always come back to it, breathe into it, and let it grow again. Trust in this resilience that lives deep in your bones, the unyielding pulse of your being that no hardship can extinguish. You are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, and more loved than you can imagine. And speaking of love, That is the wellspring from which all these gifts flow. Love is the gentle soil that nourishes hope, the warm sunlight that encourages resilience, and the sweet water that brings purpose to life's garden. Sometimes love will be easy to find in the smile of a friend, the touch of a hand, or the quiet presence of a pet. Other times, it will be a love you give yourself, tender and patient, especially on days when the world feels heavy. This love does not demand perfection or achievement. It simply asks you to be present with yourself. In kindness, when love is your foundation, everything else becomes possible. I want to pause here and invite you, if you feel comfortable, to share one way that love has helped you nurture hope, resilience, or purpose in your life. Your story, no matter how big or small, is a light that can inspire someone else right now. You might write about a moment when someone's kindness lifted you up, a time when you found strength in your own heart, or a simple ritual that helps you feel connected to love. Sharing these experiences creates a ripple effect, reminding us all that love is alive and working through each of us every day. As you continue to walk your path, keep in mind that nurturing your inner gift is not a race or a task to complete, but a lifelong unfolding. Some days will feel like leaps forward, others like gentle steps backward, and both are part of the sacred dance. Be patient with yourself as you grow, and know that I am with you in every step, whispering encouragement, wrapping you in comfort, and celebrating every moment of your journey. Your life is a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of hope, resilience, purpose, and love. And each thread adds depth and color to the masterpiece that is uniquely you. Remember too that rest is not a sign of weakness, but a vital part of nurturing your spirit. Just as the earth needs time to regenerate between seasons, so do you. When you feel weary, allow yourself the grace to pause, to breathe deeply, and to simply be. In those moments of stillness, you reconnect with the flame inside, and your soul finds space to replenish its strength. Trust that rest is a sacred gift you give yourself, enabling you to meet life's challenges with renewed energy and clarity. Sometimes, life's challenges may bring feelings of frustration or impatience, especially when progress seems slow or invisible. In these times, I encourage you to turn your gaze inward and ask gentle questions like, what am I learning right now? Or how can I show myself compassion in this moment? These questions are like soft lantern, illuminating the path when the way forward feels uncertain. They help you stay connected to your inner wisdom and remind you that every experience, even the difficult one, carries seeds of growth and transformation. And as you cultivate this inner dialogue, you might find that your understanding of hope, resilience, and purpose deepens and shifts. You may discover new ways to nurture these gifts that resonate uniquely with your spirit. Or you might find that what once inspired you now calls for a new approach. This is the beauty of your personal journey. It is ever-changing, unfolding in ways that are perfectly aligned with your evolving self. Embrace this fluidity with curiosity and openness, knowing that each phase brings its own insights and blessings. Before we continue, I invite you to take a moment to feel into your heart and notice how it responds to these thoughts. Is there a particular word, image, or feeling that arises for you? You might find it helpful to write this down or simply hold it gently in your awareness.